Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Cleveland. From NASCAR to local tracks, it's everything you need to know with your host, Georgia Racing Hall of Fame announcer, Charles Head.
Well, hi there, and welcome to the Champ Show. Glad to have you along on this Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Tammi Holden here with us.
Great to be here tonight.
Tammy's going to be co-hosting. Logan Bennett is here in the production chair. Hey, Logan, we got a great night for you. It's going to be outstanding. We got some huge guests. We'll tell you all about it in just a little while. Right now, I want to start out with a little music. Here's some Clint Black for you on My Country 99.3 WCON. Nothing but the tail lights, baby.
All right.
Okay, now we're talking on Facebook.
Okay, great.
How quickly was that? We are on Facebook now. This is Tammi Holden, for those of you who don't know. Hey, John Matthews, I see you watching. Now, John was my former co-host about 3 or 4 weeks ago. John, just watch those numbers rise as we have Tammi on here tonight of viewers. It's going to be interesting to see. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's our new format that we're doing right now, and while songs are playing on the radio, Tammi and I are going to sit here and talk. And we'll bring Logan in here on occasion, too.
Every once in a while.
So, you are, I said on Facebook that you're, what did I say? You're everybody's favorite redhead. Okay. I was going to say America's favorite redhead, but the Lucille Ball folks might.
Yes, absolutely.
They might not like that. But anyway, we're going to claim that. America's favorite redhead. Tammi Holden is here with us. And we'll talk about this on radio, too, but you have been to so many tracks. Have you ever kept track of how many tracks you've been to?
I have not. And a lot of times I don't think I've been to a track like Harris last weekend, and then we roll up and I'm like, oh, I have been here. So it's just, I just kind of lose track of where I've been. But
I do that sometimes. I'll take a list of tracks in a state and I'll start going through. I've announced there. And you know, you'll get up to 50 or 60 tracks before you know it. It's amazing how many tracks you can visit whenever you're in a hurry. We got Jeff Casper coming up here in just a minute. We'll be introducing him after this song is over. Jeff was a winner this past weekend. We'll tell you a little bit about that as we go along. Tammi you've seen her do 50-50 at so many racetracks. I guess you're kind of known as the 50-50 girl now, right?
I am, or the MMSA, whichever.
Well, yeah, that's kind of
a
new role that you've taken on with the MMSA.
Yes.
And you present the Fatso's barbecue sauce fast qualifier.
I do that for David Darnell.
Yep. Oh, David, number 28, Davey Allison lookalike car. Tammy's going to see him tomorrow night at Anderson Motor Speedway, one of my favorite places to be. We'll see if he still rolls out that Davey Allison look on that 28 car or not. I hope that he does.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're still racing?
Yes.
You know, he went through a difficult time health-wise.
Yes.
7 or 8 years ago. Man, I thought we were going to lose David, and he came back from it. But I was glad of that because he's a good guy. How much time we got, Logan?
We still got about a minute 15, and Jeff is on the line, so everything's set up.
Okay, Jeff is on the line, so we are good to go. Yep. Let's see. I got people sending me messages now. I don't know what that is or who that is. So anyway, what radio station it's on? It's on 99.3 WCON. That is 99.3. Anywhere. We cover 5 states. Largest radio station anywhere north of Atlanta. We cover Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and part of Alabama. So tune us in. 100,000 watts strong. Blowtorch of the South right here on My Country 99.3 WCON. And oddly enough, you know, it doesn't stand for Cornelia. So many people think that CON is Cornelia. It stands for Constitution. It was owned by the Atlanta Constitution when it was first out. So that was many, many years ago in Atlanta. They moved it here. How much time I got, Logan?
35
seconds. Okay. So now, where are you heading this weekend?
Okay, so I will be at Anderson tomorrow.
How do you like asphalt?
I do. It's different, but I love coming home clean.
Yeah.
So Donna and I tried it out last week because it's the first 50-50.
Yeah.
And
somebody got $867 or whatever.
$847.
$847.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
For our first time,
T-minus 10.
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. We got to get our radio faces on. We got to get professional now. We're going into radio, so be ready. All right, here we go. And remember to raise your finger if you got a question.
Okay.
So I'll see it.
Pedal to the metal with the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And welcome to the program. Our first guest tonight, Jeff Casper, big winner at Winder Barrow Speedway this past Saturday night. And Jeff, every time I think of you and every time I see that car, I hear Woody saying, that old Mustang, that old Ford is coming to the front. And man, I tell you what, you did it on Saturday night. You came to the front in the Ford. Good job.
Well, thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about that Mustang. Now, I had a 69 Mustang back in the high school days, and the body style that you got on that one reminds me so much of that 69 Mustang. I'm very partial to your race car.
Yeah, it's it's a 95 Mustang, but it's, it's changed a lot over the past 7 years. Now it's not, they don't even really look like a Mustang except for the nose.
Well, but the nose says it all. That's good enough, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell us about your race. How did you get up front? Where'd you start?
Well, we had to qualify Saturday night, and I qualified on the front row and started on the pole and kind of just checked out. Well, I really didn't check out, but I led every lap. So that's the only thing.
Do you like starting on the inside? I know a lot of guys like to start on the outside, but Winder, it seems like it's more forgiving for somebody starting on the inside instead of the outside of the front row.
Yeah, I've started on the outside before, and I've started on the inside before, but I kind of like starting on the inside. I don't want to get hung up on the outside.
Yeah, you didn't jump the start like Denny Hamlin did you?
You know what? I looked up there and I'm like, well, he was waving the green flag, and I'm like, well, it's good. I just kept the hammer down.
That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Yeah. So now, I noticed you've been in some tight battles this year so far. I've watched some of the videos from Winder, and you have just been in some very good battles. Car's been strong. Your car seems to come on stronger at the end of the race. Is that something that I just noticed on a race or two, or does your car just come strong at the end of the race?
I can't really say. I really don't know. Seems my car gets faster. It got faster toward the end of the race this past week. But I looked at the times, from the weeks before, and it picked up speed toward the end of the race. But there was a couple of races where I had broke stuff on it where it just went south on me. So I really didn't get to finish where I wanted to.
Yeah, it's tough whenever you got things and you don't know what the gremlin is in the car until you find out that there's something bent or broken that you didn't know about, and you're just chasing it all the time if you don't find that.
Yep, and that happened not last week but the week before.
Yeah, got you.
We had a part that messed up on me, and we chased it, and I come back to the track and. Well, the week before that, and I came back to the track, and I'm like, man, this thing still ain't right. So we finally figured it out, though.
Well, did that make the difference in the winning and not winning, you think?
Yeah, I think it did this past week because the week before, I felt like my nose was just drive slapping to the track. I had a strut that went out on me. And it started rolling over pretty hard on me. Well,
the track, and Stephen and them have done an amazing job just to be able to race, and given everybody a surface to race on. But it has not been the perfect conditions at the track, certainly, because it's been a little sloppy and a little wet, and you just can't help that. That's the season we're in. But kudos to them for actually providing a place to run. Woody says, that old junkie Ford. Yeah, Woody's chiming in on that already right now.
Yeah. He likes to call it old junkie Ford.
I know, yeah. Now, but do you think that the conditions of the track had a lot to do with it? I mean, it's obviously it's a little slower racing. How do you handle that whenever you're used to going fast and slinging dust going down in the corners?
Yeah. Well, it's like, this past week, to me, the track was pretty decent when I raced. I didn't qualify with the time I wanted to, but it didn't race. It was good, but I'm pretty sure the guys behind me was catching mud, on their nose and on their shields and stuff. Probably had to go through a lot of tear-offs.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem that bad. It just seemed a little bit. The track just seemed a little bit bumpy toward the end of the straightaway, going down the front straightaway. Other than that, felt pretty good.
Yeah, I saw where Richard Lee said that he pulled off one tear off before the green flag even came out, so guys were taking them off pretty quickly. Listen, hey, Jeff, can you hang on a minute? We're going to take a quick break and come back and talk some more, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, yes, Charles Head along with Tammi Holden here and Logan Bennett. We're going to talk more with Jeff Casper in just a few moments. It's the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Champ Show here on My Country 99.3 WCON.
The open road, it's filled with twists and turns, hills and valleys. However, what lies beyond that open road? A Jeep owner knows, because they go beyond the road to places that only a Jeep could take them. Right now, you can take advantage of unheard rebates and discounts at Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Van, with all Jeeps in stock below invoice because Jackie Jones is overstocked with new Jeeps. That's Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Van in Cleveland. The best price every time. Period.
How many times as a kid did you pull your arm down and yell, blow the horn, at truckers you'd see on the highway, wanting them to blow their horn? What if you were that driver and some kid was making that same memory looking at you? That's what's available to you right now as a team member at Simpson Trucking and Grading. Big trucks, big salaries, big deal. And it's just waiting for you at Simpson Trucking and Grading. If you are open to a new career in the trucking or heavy equipment field, contact Simpson Trucking and Grading on Candler Road in Gainesville or give them a call, 770-536-4731. That's 770-536-4731. Simpson Trucking and Grading wants you.
What's this yellow stuff on my car?
It's that time of year. If pollen is all over your car, what better solution than the $5 car wash at Bulldog Car Wash? Ask for the Champ Show Car Wash, and you'll get it for just $5.
What's this red stuff on my car?
Well, if you visit the local dirt track, then you might just need to head over to Bulldog Car Wash and ask for the Champ Show $5 car wash. Yes, it's happening every day, just $5 for a car wash, but you have to ask for it. Make sure to request your Champ Show $5 car wash at Bulldog Car Wash across from McDonald's in Toccoa.
Fall is here, and with it comes cooler temperatures and leaves on the ground. With Steel Outdoor Power Equipment found at Toccoa Hardware and Power Equipment, there's no job too tough to handle. Toccoa Hardware and Power Equipment has a generous selection of homeowner and professional-grade chainsaws and blowers in stock and ready to move. All Steel products are backed by Toccoa Hardware's top-of-the-line service department and Steel's legendary warranty. Get yours today. Real steel at a real deal. Found at Toccoa Hardware and Power Equipment, Big A Road in Toccoa. M&M Used Cars in Jefferson has a great selection of late-model full-size trucks. Check out their extensive truck inventory, full-size diesel and gas models from which to choose. If you're looking for a low-mileage, late-model, full-size truck, chances are they have exactly the one meant for you at M&M Used Cars. Check out the extensive inventory at MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. That's MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. Or stop by at 1312 Washington Street in Jefferson and see them in person. Apply for credit right on the website. 24-hour chat available as well. M&M Used Cars in Jefferson.
I've just got to tell you about the folks at J&C Auto Care in Toccoa. My truck was blowing oil all over the place. Well, I took it to several places who just couldn't figure out what was going on. But Jason and Clay knew exactly what to do. And you know why? They've been voted the best repair shop in Toccoa 2 years running. They're locally owned and operated. Check them out at 70 Mize Road in Toccoa. J&C Auto Care. Hey, I'm coming to South Carolina. I'll be in Anderson at Chick-fil-A for another Health, Hope, and Horsepower hangout. Yeah, let's come talk a little bit about health, let's talk a little bit about hope, and let's talk a little bit of racing. We'll do it at Chick-fil-A in Anderson coming up on Wednesday night, April 10th. We look forward to seeing you at Chick-fil-A in Anderson for another Health, Hope, and Horsepower night. Come on out and meet me and let's chat, okay?
Get weekend results with the Champ Racing Recap. Presented by Jackie Jones Dodge Jeep Ram. Monday morning at 8:45 on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And I join Joel and Mary every Monday morning at 8:45 as we talk about the NASCAR race from over the weekend and some local stuff as well. Right now, Tammi Holden's got a question, I think, for Jeff Casper.
All right, Jeff, tell us about your sponsors on the car.
All right. I got a new sponsor that came on board this year. It's Flamingo Homes. They're 119 Commerce Boulevard in Athens. They come on board to help me out this year. I got M&R Concrete. They're out of Riverdale. She's almost pretty much half owner of the race car. They put so much money in it. And Connor Automotive out of Winder, and Stinchcomb Paint and Body out of Winder. And them two right there, they pretty much say, come on to my shop and let's fix this thing. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of helps me out big time because I don't have a shop.
Oh, well, Logan and them, they've been racing a long time, so they know what they're doing. So that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then I got my two nephews. Justin Simmons. He's the wrench turner. I think he's turned every bolt on that thing. He does it every week. When something happens, he fixes the car. You know, and then my other nephew, he comes to the racetrack and helps me out, which is his brother. So I got a pretty little pit crew right there. And so it all works out.
Good deal. You live in Winder or nearby?
Yeah, I live in Winder.
Do you?
Yeah,
okay.
yes, sir.
So it's local for you then to get to the racetrack.
Yeah, I'm probably 7 minutes from the racetrack.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, I guess you're planning on being back Saturday night, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Good deal.
I sure am.
Well, Jeff, listen, we appreciate you being on the program. Thanks for all the good insight into your racing program. Congratulations on your win.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks so much. We appreciate you being with us. Jeff Casper has been our guest on the Champ Racing Show in that Mustang. Good to see him. And as Woody says, that old junkie Ford. Yeah, glad to see it out front. Anyway, Summertime Blues coming up right now. Here's Mr. Alan Jackson right out of the state of Georgia.
All right.
Okay, now we're back on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, how was that?
Lovely.
Did you feel okay?
Yeah, it was fine.
All right, so now we're able to talk a little more. And if you got questions, within reason, send them in and we'll talk to you. There's Ed Williams. Ed is, do you know that Ed laid the brick on my house when I built that house
He
in
told me.
1976?
Yes,
Yeah.
he told
And
me.
here's Ed, you may not remember this. When I started in the band, I bought my first trombone from you. It was one that you had in the band, and I bought it from you. Mom and Daddy went over to your house there on down near where you live now and bought it from you, and that was my first trombone until I could afford to buy me a really, really nice trombone after that. So I got a nice one, but I got Ed's trombone when I started the band, so that's kind of cool.
Too funny.
So now you've got some kids that are involved in music.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. What happened? I thought he was playing saxophone.
No, he's playing the baritone.
Oh, baritone. That's right. He was a baritone player. Yeah.
He was doing
So what
baritone.
happened?
Then he got into
What did Ed ask? When did Winder start racing? They started 4 weeks ago,
Yeah,
I guess it was.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, it was a long time ago. They've already had several under their ears. Let's hear a Go Dog. Yeah, that ain't gonna
Absolutely
happen.
not.
That ain't
I'm a
gonna
Go
happen.
Tigers all the way, Justin.
So now, why did he give up music?
Okay, well, he started doing plays and the musicals at school, and then it's just kind of, he's his senior year, and he just has better things to do, evidently.
I got you. Where does he go? Seneca? What?
He's Walhalla.
Walhalla. Okay. Oh, Razorback.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
I have an ex-wife who was a Razorback. So
Oh,
we
boy.
won't go into that. Yeah. Anyhow, there was band for me was just a great thing. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. I got a music bug. Matter of fact, there was a long period of time where I wanted to be a band director. That was my goal in life, to be a band director. Then I wanted to be an undertaker. And then I found radio. When I was in 10th grade, I found radio, and that was all I ever wanted to do from that point on was be on radio. So that was fun. Hey, Tina. Hey, well, it's good to see all you folks out there that are viewing in, and we appreciate that. So now, how's asphalt been different for you than a dirt track?
Well, I mean, basically, I come home clean, which is fabulous. But otherwise, I mean, it's kind of me relearning what the names of some of these classes are. But, everybody is super friendly, just kind of like at the dirt track, going around being someone that knows no one. Everybody was really nice, and, everything flows very well. So it was really neat.
And you don't have to iron the track out.
No.
All you got to do is sweep it off, and you're ready to roll.
And they're ready to go.
Yeah.
I know, and it's quick. Everything.
Yep.
It's interesting having practice like right there before it starts, and then they just roll with it.
Yep.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like I said, Anderson, one of my favorite places. I always love to go there. And I may show up one time this year just to say hey to everybody. So don't be surprised if you see me at Anderson some night. So now the cars are different. They have more of a body style than dirt cars do.
Right.
You don't have the wedge looking late models and those kind of things.
Yes, like I was having to go around and be like, what class is this?
Yeah.
Just because I have to learn that. So
Well, when I was announcing over there, the strong car was a Buick Regal. Mike Cox had a Buick Regal. There was, of course, Camaros and Firebirds and all those kind of things, but the Oldsmobiles were big. I mean, it's amazing the different, you actually see body styles where you don't even think about that at a dirt track. You think about it's either a metric chassis or it's a Chevy or it's you talk about whatever chassis it is. It's a train or it's a rocket or it's a Barry Wright or those kind of things. That doesn't really happen in the asphalt world.
Right.
Yeah, it's a whole different lingo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the little legends and stuff.
Yeah, now
I was
Legends
like,
cars are good.
I was like, that was pretty neat to see those.
I was with Humpy Wheeler right after he designed the Legends in his office at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and he told me that the way he got the idea for the Legends, he said he walked into his son's room and he had a Hot Rod magazine laying there, and it had a fat-fendered Ford, 40 Ford. And he thought, man, wouldn't it be great if we could make a replica of that fat-fendered Ford and make it where it fit in the back of a pickup truck? And that's how they came up with the 5/8 model Legends. Used to play a guy named Anderson, Ron Anderson, Lanier, Peach State. Wendell, I was there all those years at all those tracks at Lanier, Peach State, and Anderson. So who are you talking about? Petey Bowen ran a Pinto. That's all I remember there. Buddy Price? I don't remember Buddy Price. But anyway, man, I just had such a great time with those guys. What are we doing?
Just as a quick update, we got a minute 20 left on the Kenny Chesney song, and then I've got Andy on the line. So we're good.
Okay, so we're in our second song now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those of you that are on Facebook, you're getting a whole lot more stuff than the people on radio are getting. They're getting the real formal stuff, and y'all are getting the behind the scenes goodie. The glow that Tammy has, that whoever was talking about right now, she has that at dirt tracks because there's so much red dust. She doesn't have that at asphalt track.
I have a pre-made spray tan every weekend.
Oh me, Bandits Custom Graphics. We'll have to check that out. Bandits, where you at? Let us know. How many more seconds we got, Logan?
45.
45 seconds. Okay, and we got Andy Stewart on the line, right?
Yep.
Okay, and he was the winner at, just to refresh you, he was the winner at Anderson in the Modified Street. Is that right?
No, Livonia Modified Street.
I meant Livonia. I'm sorry. That's what I was thinking, but I said Anderson.
Behind the scenes.
Livonia Modified Street. There's no such thing as Modified Street at Anderson. All right, we're ready to go.
Half a minute.
And we're going straight into his interview, correct?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, get your radio faces on. Be ready to go.
Gotta be formal and official and all that boring stuff.
Get our radio voices.
Yeah. T-10.
And as long as that light's on, don't say anything because it'll go on the radio. Mm-hmm.
Dirt Tracks. We're talking racing on the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And a guy that put it in victory lane on Saturday night at Livonia Speedway is with us right now. Andy Stewart won the Modified Street race. Andy, man, what a great race and a great win at Livonia for you.
Well, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about you. We've seen you come and race there several times, and you have always been strong, man. Tammy was just reminding me, Mr. Excitement is your name, and you put on a show when you come to the racetrack.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good luck up there in Livonia, and it's a good place to race, and I've been doing this stuff for about 50 years.
Really? So where'd you start?
Started at Gordon Park Speedway.
Yeah. Now you're from the Augusta area, right? Somewhere Grovetown or right in Augusta. Where you at?
Right here in Evans, Georgia.
Oh, you're in Evans, okay. You remember a restaurant in Evans named Ruth's back in the day?
Yep.
My aunt owned that restaurant, and I used to go down there and visit with her during Masters Week, and she owned that restaurant for a lot of years. So I am very familiar with Ruth's right there in Evans.
Oh, yeah, they had a good breakfast and all.
Yeah, it was interesting because every morning at 5 o'clock you'd start seeing the people that had to be at work at 6, like the garbage men and the construction workers. At 7 o'clock you'd start seeing the people that had office jobs that had to be at work at 8, and at 9 o'clock you'd start seeing the doctors and people like that had to be at work at whenever they got there. Very interesting to watch how that transition went of all the people coming into Ruth's in the mornings.
Yes, sir.
So now, what did you start out racing in? What kind of division? What kind of car?
Well, the very first class, it was pure stock.
Okay, and what was that car?
It was a Chevelle.
Okay, so a metric chassis, basically.
Well, yes, sir, the 1971 Chevelle.
Oh, that goes before metric chassis in. You're talking about way back then.
Yeah, it was way back.
Yeah.
And, started off there and then just worked my way up, and I raced for Lee Pascal for years in the limited late model.
Uh-huh.
And then I just started, got my own race car built and just started driving for myself.
Now, do you build your own stuff, or do you, go over to Walter Newman's and get stuff, or what do you do?
Well, right now I got a brand new Walter Newman car, and we've been working with it, and finally got it going in the right direction, so hopefully we can keep it up.
Well, good deal. I was talking to Billy Buffington. I know you know Billy. I was talking to him at church Sunday about going down and try to visit with Walter. He said, Walter Newman is an interesting guy. I need to go meet him. So at some point I'm going to head down to Augusta and meet Walter Newman.
Hey, yeah, he's a good guy, and he builds a real good race car, and his workmanship is awesome.
Yeah.
And I've been driving his car for years, and we've won a bunch of races together.
Now, what kind of chassis do you have now?
I got a Monte Carlo. It's a Bernhauser frame, but it's a metric car. And I run that. I was running that Mid-East street stock.
Right, I remember when you ran with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Ultimate street stock, and we won the Mid-East Championship back in 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I just follow that series around and then try to run some local stuff.
Gotcha. Well, you certainly came to Livonia and showed out this past Saturday night. Hey, Andy, if you don't mind, hang on a minute. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Andy Stewart is our guest. Be back with more right after these messages. It is the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Champ Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
If you're looking for late model used car parts, look no further than Peach State Auto Parts on the Royston Highway in Cannon. That's in the Gold Mine community on Highway 29 between Hartwell and Royston. Scott Heumann and his staff also buy scrap metal, copper, and aluminum cans. They will pick up your junk cars for free. If you need roll-off bins or containers for business or construction, call on Peach State Auto Parts and Recycling. Call Scott today at 706-245-4407. That's 706-245-4407.
The rain got us last week, but this Saturday it's finally time for the opening race of the 2024 season at Livonia Speedway. See your favorite drivers in the limited late models, the 602 late models, the modified streets, the stock 8s, the stock 4s, the open wheel modifieds, the front wheel drives, and the sharp mini late models. It's all set for this Saturday at Livonia Speedway, the best 3/8 mile track in North Georgia. Livonia Speedway.
You know what Debbie and I don't do anymore? Clean our pool. That's because we've hooked up with Aquabot of Georgia. The Aquabot robotic pool cleaner is #1 in pool cleaning technology. This amazing robotic technology maps the pool floor, scrubs and microfilters your water down to 2 microns, saving you time and money on expensive chemicals and water. You simply plug in the tangle-free power cord, drop it in the pool, and walk away to enjoy your free time. That's it. Stop by Aquabot of Georgia in Gainesville at Chastain Janitorial and see our friends Shane and Debbie Chastain. They'll hook you up. They've served North Georgia for 30 years. Check them out at aquabotofgeorgia.com. Your pool cleaning days are over.
Smith Tire and Alignment in Livonia is helping My Country fill their tire needs. Adam Smith and his staff can fix your brakes, change your oil, and perform other light mechanic work. But tires are what Smith Tire and Alignment is all about. All major brands are available at Smith Tire and Alignment, from routine maintenance to tires. Stop by and see what Smith Tire and Alignment can do for you. Located on Jones Street in Livonia. Just look for the big number 14 race car on the pole.
Hey, let me tell you about one of my absolute favorite racetracks, Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the ultimate motorsports playground. From the high-performance F1 style road course to the challenging extreme kart track, you'll find Atlanta Motorsports Park a facility like no other. The country club atmosphere features not only the performance of the high-powered racing machines, but also a putting green, a great pool area for lounging, and a world-class skid pad to learn how to handle any out-of-control situation. The kart track is a mainstay for those who want to rent a kart for an experience like no other. Check out the schedule of activities at AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com. It's in Dawsonville. Just follow the signs to fun.
Bowling Farm Supply is like a step back in time. Remember when you go to the feed store with your dad or granddad? Well, at Bowling Farm Supply, you can relive those great memories. Of course, they have feed, seed, and fertilizer along with soil, hay, and mulch, but they have so much more. A massive selection of knives. Names like case, buck, poker, hen, and rooster, and handmade knives. Base jugs, antiques, and lighters. It's more than just a feed store. It's a unique shopping experience. Bowling Farm Supply is located at the corner of Highway 198 and Damascus Road in Homer. Stop in today.
If you're looking for the best shock package for your 602 late model, modified street, stock 8, or open wheel modified, the Joey Dorsey at Racecraft Performance is who you need to call. Joey's helped many top name drivers achieve success by building their shocks to be the best on the track. Choosing from famous names like AFCO, Bilstein, Orem, Fox, and Penske. From dialing your shocks to spring rate adjustments, Joey knows all the tricks of the trade. And don't forget your racing fuel. Racecraft Performance has that too. Contact Joey Dorsey at Racecraft Performance at 706-436-2294. Or see him at Modern Tire in Hartwell.
You're You're listening to the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show with Charles Hess on My Country 99.3 WCOM.
And my co-host tonight is Tammi Holden, and I think she's got a question for Mr. Andy Stewart.
All right, Andy, who's your sponsors? Who helps you out on the car?
Well, I got Cool Ray Heating and Air, Giffen Plumbing Company, Mary's Fine Treasure, UPS Plumbing, Tribble Electric, Hey Joker Ream Water Heaters, Big T Stump Grinding, Armor Sheet Metal, Digging Dirt Works, and Walter Newman Race Cars.
Wow. You got a good package of folks there. What about people that help you in the shop, Andy?
Well, I'm going to tell you, my number one fan is my daughter, Casey. She loves racing more than anybody. And her husband, Will, he helps me a good bit. And Dalton, Odom, and Big T. And my wife, she's one of my big fans, too. It's just a big family thing.
Now, you told me whenever we started this, you've been racing 70 years? Is that what you said?
No, right at 50 years.
All right, well, I was just going to say, how in the heck, how old are you? So I'm still going to ask that question. How old are you?
I'm 62.
Oh, you're still a young sprout. Andy, I'm 70, so you're a young sprout. My goodness.
Yeah, I started go-kart racing when I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
And then I just went up to run go-karts for years and got into the dirt track racing.
I got you. So have you ever run asphalt?
We love.
Have you ever done any asphalt racing?
Never done no asphalt.
I got you. Okay. Well, listen, you certainly tearing up the dirt tracks. We appreciate you being on the program. Thank you so much. Congratulations on that win at Livonia and all the other things that you've accomplished. And where are you going to be this weekend? You got a race planned?
I'm debating between Livonia and Swainsboro Speedway.
Got you. Okay. Well, I know everybody at Livonia would love to see you come back, except those guys you're competing against, of course. But everybody would love to see you back at Livonia and hope you make it. Congratulations, and thanks so much for being on the program with us.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks. Andy Stewart out of Augusta has been, or out of Evans, it's just right there. The Masters is held in Evans. Everybody calls it Augusta, but it's right there in the same spot. Anyway, Andy's on the program with us tonight. Hey, it's time for music right now. Here's a great song. This one is George Strait. Everybody loves George Strait. He is country. He's one of those artists that made country strong. Here's George Strait with Blue Clear Skies on My Country 99.3 WCOM.
All right, there you go.
All right, did I do that well?
It's good enough for me. It's going to be good enough for him.
That is not the answer I wanted to hear.
I pointed
good
to it
enough.
for him.
Oh, thank you.
I did point to it.
Thank you.
I thought you was pointing at Blue Clear Skies.
No, I was like, say the name.
Okay, we have pleased everyone, I think, out there. Okay, so far, everybody's good. Everybody's happy but me! No. All right, so, anyway, yeah, he's one of those guys that I knew he had won that, what did he call that? $10,000 to win Mid-South Street, Mid-South thing. Model. Yeah, whatever it was. That was a big deal that they put together. They had great TV coverage, and it was just a tremendous thing. And he won a championship in that. That's pretty. I mean, they were running 10,000 a race. Can you imagine what that championship must have been?
Oh yeah.
Pretty stout.
Yeah, definitely.
So MMSA, you have gotten involved with them. You've been to Winder. You've been to Harris. What other tracks? Is that the only two, or is there another one?
No. Well, this season?
Yeah.
Yes, I came to Livonia. I was at my OT conference, so I came to Livonia and caught the main event.
Okay.
For that first race.
I got
for
you.
the Spring Natty. Yes, and then we're at Sumter for our next race.
Have you ever been to Sumter?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've never been to that track.
When I roll up, I might say different, but.
Well, see,
now,
when I've done a lot more asphalt race announcing at track, because I was for a series. I was with several series. Right. And so I've had a lot more experience at other tracks in asphalt more than I have dirt. I mean, I've announced, a dozen probably tracks in dirt. By the way, I wanted to mention this to everybody. Next week on the program, Jeremiah Adams, he is the new owner of Hartwell Speedway. He is going to be on the program with us next week. Jeremiah told me he wasn't quite ready to announce everything. We had probably an hour talk yesterday. We talked about a whole lot of things, and I kind of brought him up to date on some of the history of Hartwell and, some of the things that happen at other tracks around, just to give him a kind of an overview. The guy is not really that familiar with what's going on, but he's learning fast, and I'm really impressed with him. So he's going to join us on the program next week to talk about what's going to happen at Hartwell Speedway. So I'm excited to have him on here. So anyway, just wanted to get that little programming note out to you. So Sumter, is it, what kind of track is it? Do you know? Is it half mile or 3/8?
I honestly have no idea.
I'm trying to think. If Kenny Collins told me that he had hit the wall there or something, that may have been Lancaster. I think that's different than Sumter. So now Scott sold off the Thunder Bombers. I mean the Thunder Series,
no.
right?
Oh yes.
And it's just now defunct. Walter Papp has that GM 602. That's the only series going, right?
As far as I know.
Yeah. Walter was going to co-host with me last week, and he called me on Tuesday and said he wasn't going to be able to do it, and that's when I got Woody to come on.
Oh, okay.
But Walter was supposed to be with me. Hey, Latonia. So anyway, that's but Walter's going to come on and co-host one night. You got your pen down there like you're talking about.
So no,
okay.
So no, it's just the MMSA and the Thunder Bombers.
Yeah.
So that's the only two monster series that Morgan does.
So now I had who was it won the Thunder Bomber race?
Luke.
Yeah, Luke Doggett.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on last week, and I learned a lot about him. I didn't know much about him. I learned he raced at Carolina. And Brandon Dockery, actually, I had him on last week as well. He won the limited race at Winder, and he contacted me. His niece contacted me today and wanted to talk, and she said we talked for quite a while, and she said, you know, my cousin or my uncle Brandon Dockery. And I said, well, holy crap, it's a small world. So.
Hey Charles, real quick, who do you have for our next guest? Is it Shane?
Shane.
All right.
Yeah, Shane Chastain. Yeah, is that who you need to call now?
Yeah.
Okay, you got his number. Well, it's on the other page.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that one kind of separated out when I printed these off. Are we getting ready for him?
Yeah, we got about just under 2 minutes.
Okay, and we don't do a break. We go straight into him, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you talked about your OT job. What is your job? What do you do now?
Okay, so I'm on year 20 with the school district doing occupational therapy. So basically I work with special ed within the school district on motor skills. So whether autism or Down syndrome or just developmental delay. So I basically have 3-year-olds up to second grade, basically, is what I have right now.
Now, occupational therapy is hands, basically, right? Working with your hands.
Yeah.
True.
Perceptual skills, motor skills.
Yeah. So, do you see a lot of improvement? I mean, are you able to teach them things and see improvement?
A lot of times, yes. I mean, there's some that are a little slower, but you know, eventually, some just take more time. But it is nice when you can say they've mastered their goals and they're ready to graduate. So,
do you go to various schools? You go to one school each day or something?
I have 4 different schools right now. So I have one school that I go to twice a week,
and those are where?
I have in Liberty and Pickens and Central.
Okay, so those are all in Pickens County.
All Pickens County.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good deal.
So I do that, and then I have another.
Now, is that like 8 to 5, or do you have certain hours you have to be there?
8 to 3.
8 to 3.
3:30.
Okay, so it's like school hours.
Yes, it's definitely just school hours. So I do that, and then I started another OT job at an assisted living. So I'm going from one end of the spectrum to the other now after school.
So you go from the very young to the very old.
To the very old. But I love them both. So.
Now, where's that at?
In Clemson.
Hey.
Okay.
T-minus 10.
10 seconds.
Right.
Okay, what are we doing? We're going to Shane Chastain.
Yep.
Okay, good deal. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be radio-wise again, so be mindful.
This is the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show with Charles Head on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And Charles Head is joined by Tammi Holden as we get ready to bring on our next guest right now. Tammy's co-hosting with me tonight, and Shane Chastain finally got him a win in dirt racing. Man, Shane, I'm so proud of you. It's been a while since you've been to Victory Lane, hasn't it?
It certainly has, Charles. It's been way, way too long. I bet you thought I would never make it.
Well, I kept hoping and praying, and you know, sometimes those prayers work. So you made it there. So tell us a little bit about that race. 6:02, and to get the win at Winder, that is just so cool.
It is. I love the little racetrack down there. You know, it's we've been going there a few times last year, and you know, we've been racing there this year as well. But it was just one of those nights where everything just, you know, kind of goes your way, and it doesn't happen that way too often. But you know, my teammate of mine, Frankie Barrett, we both qualified on the front row, and he was on the pole. He was actually 2 tenths quicker than I was. And,
wow.
So we didn't know what was going to happen during the race, but I think the high side was a little bit better on the racetrack, and he probably cut me a little bit of slack. And I just got out front and just held the lead.
Never look back, huh?
That's right. These dirt cars you can't see behind you.
Yeah.
You don't have radios, so that's
Right.
kind of what I'm used to. So I was kind of running like a scared chicken, to be honest with you, because you don't know what's going on behind you.
Well, you had a lot of success in asphalt racing. I saw you, and I've interviewed you in victory lane so many times in asphalt racing, Peach State and Lanier. And then you come to the dirt tracks, and you expecting, man, I can just get out here and run with these guys, and all of a sudden it doesn't happen. What kind of blow is that to the ego to not be able to perform immediately?
Well, it really is, because, you go watch these races. That doesn't look too bad, but I tell you, these cars are really, really hard to drive. I tell everybody, if you go to the racetrack and race and you keep it in bounds and finish the race, you've done pretty good.
Yeah. What has been the difference? Have you found, I like competitors, difference in asphalt and dirt. Are the competitors, do they root you out of the bottom of the racetrack more or less in dirt racing than they do in asphalt? When you just kind of give an overview of the differences of it, what would you say is the difference in the way people race you on dirt versus asphalt?
Everybody races you pretty clean, both ways, but I think the biggest difference is getting used to the way that the cars work. The asphalt cars, if you're turning sideways, you're way in the back, and these cars you have to turn them sideways to get through the corner. So,
yeah.
Just getting used to the way that the cars work, and and the adjustments. The adjustments on the car. Week in and week out, it could be different. The racetrack's always changing, and I had a lot of help. Benji Cole at Train Racing Chassis, he has really, really helped me a lot to try to figure out what I need to do and when I need to do it. And, and then Blake Kraft that drives Benji's car, he came and got in my car a couple, 3 weeks ago. We were practicing at Livonia, and he felt some things that, kind of a beginner like I do would not feel. And, Benji worked on the car and fixed that, and, we've been finding little things that was wrong. Had a couple of bad springs, and I've been working with Brian Burris a little bit with my shocks. So, he's the head of AFCO shocks in this area, and we the week before last we weren't that good, and I said I'm not going back to the racetrack like I was. I'm changing some stuff on it, and we made some wholesale changes, and we were fast from, the first time we hit the racetrack Saturday. And so I guess those changes worked. And of course, we had to adjust the driver a little bit, but, you can always improve on the driving part of it for sure.
All right. So I have a question. I am mostly dirt, just getting into the asphalt, but all I ever hear is dirt is more fun. Dirt is more fun. So what is your take on that so far? Just with running both, what do you?
Well, I'll be honest, I like asphalt a little better. I'm getting a little bit more accustomed to dirt because I did asphalt for 10 or 12 years, so I became, more accustomed to that type of racing. And, this has just taken me a lot longer than I ever anticipated. A lot of good drivers. As far as the racing goes, you've got to qualify good, and you take somebody that hasn't raced that much, it's hard to go out there and figure out how to get a really, really good lap in. So, the more we race, the more I've become a little more accustomed to it. Like I was saying earlier about the, not having any spotters or not, having mirrors to know what's going on around you. All that stuff takes a while to get used to, and, it's just taken me a lot longer than I figured. So, but anyway, hopefully, Saturday was probably it wasn't perfect, but it was probably the most perfect weekend that I've had at a racetrack on dirt so far. So hopefully we can have some more of those, going forward. Yeah,
Shane, we're going to take a quick break. If you'll hold on a minute, we're going to hit some sponsors, and it might be Aquabot of Georgia. You never know. We'll see what's coming up here in a minute. You're listening to the Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
What a load!
That's what you'll be saying when Gus Simpson pulls up with your load of gravel, topsoil, or dirt. Gus has been in the trucking business with his family his whole life. Now Gus has branched out into his own trucking company. Gus Simpson Trucking maintains a fleet of 15 late model dump trucks sitting at the ready to bring your load. Call them for a quote. Write this number down, 678-780-0197. You can also check out the Facebook page at Gus Simpson Trucking.
If you want him dead, call Fred. I've been saying this for years. That's because Fred Justice and the staff at Justice Exterminating can make your home pest-free. Justice Exterminating is your local full-service pest control company, serving all of Northeast Georgia. Debbie and I had huge problems. Bugs, roaches, rats, we had them all. Till Justice Exterminating came on the scene. They handled our pest problem in no time flat. We wouldn't go a single month now without our visit from Justice Exterminating. Give them a call today for a free inspection. 706-968-8519. Justice Exterminating will get you pest-free, I promise. Remember, if you want them dead, call Fred at Justice Exterminating.
M&M Used Cars in Jefferson has a great selection of late model full-size trucks. Check out their extensive truck inventory, full-size diesel and gas models from which to choose. If you're looking for a low mileage, late model full-size truck, chances are they have exactly the one meant for you at M&M Used Cars. Check out the extensive inventory at MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. That's MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. Or stop by at 1312 Washington Street in Jefferson and see them in person. Apply for credit right on the website. 24-hour chat available as well. M&M Used Cars in Jefferson.
The Addison Agency is your one-stop for all your insurance needs. Home, auto, life, commercial, farm, and annuities. They're the insurance agents for Debbie and me. You can find them in Toccoa at Design Point. That's just across Rose Lane from Coates and Clark. See Daryl, Bonda, Colby, or Mary Ann for the best quotes from Auto Owners Insurance. Call them tomorrow morning, 706-886-1247. The Addison Agency is our insurance agency. Make sure they're yours, too.
Modern Tire and All-Terrain of Hartwell is all set to equip you with the best tires on the market today. They offer all major brands of tires for your car or truck, as well as your off-road and all-terrain vehicles. They have tractor and farm implement tires too. Brakes, alignments, oil changes, equipment rentals, and roadside assistance are always available at Modern Tire and All-Terrain. Plus, they're your home for truck accessories too. Lift kits and leveling kits available for purchase or installation. And also racing supplies and performance shocks to help the local dirt track racer. Financing is available on all purchases. That's Modern Tire on 293 West Howell Street in Hartwell.
Mid-South Cage Equipment is one of the largest builders of poultry houses in the Southeast. At Mid-South, they welcome your questions about new technology in the poultry growing industry. From construction to final equipment installation, Mid-South Cage Equipment is your one-stop shop for the poultry grower. Shore-time bins and augers, Ziggy drinking systems, and cool air handling systems are just a few of the top brands available at Mid-South Cage Equipment on Highway 29 north of Royston.
What's this yellow stuff on my car?
It's that time of year. If pollen is all over your car, what better solution than the $5 car wash at Bulldog Car Wash? Ask for the Champ Show Car Wash and you'll get it for just $5.
What's this red stuff on my car?
Well, if you visit the local dirt track, then you might just need to head over to Bulldog Car Wash and ask for the Champ Show $5 car wash. Yes, it's happening every day, just $5 for a car wash, but you have to ask for it. Make sure to request your Champ Show $5 car wash at Bulldog Car Wash across from McDonald's in Toccoa.
It's pedal to the metal with the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
Okay, Shane, go ahead and tell us real quickly who your sponsors are now on your car.
We have Acabata, Georgia, which is an extension of Chastain Janitorial located in Gainesville. Me and my wife operate and own that business. We have, Simpson Trucking and Grading, Gus Simpson Trucking, Smith Concrete. We have Barrett Grading. We also have Barrett Automotive. And, couldn't do it without them, and also couldn't do it without everybody that helps me on the car. We got a shop full over here tonight, working on the cars, just trying to get faster.
Well, that's what it takes. And, man, we couldn't be prouder of you than that win last Saturday night. Congratulations to you, Shane, and thank you so much for what you do for this show, and thank you for being on the program tonight.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks so much. Shane Chastain has been our guest on the program after his win at Winder Bear Speedway. My Country 99.3 WCON. Guess what? We got some Mary Chapin Carpenter coming your way right now down at the old Twist and Shout.
All right.
All right. Now, did we
Good
do
deal.
okay? We did okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is after that song, we'll come back, we'll get on NASCAR.
I was supposed to do the NASCAR. No, I'm doing the
No,
NASCAR
that's
report.
not
We'll go to
afterwards.
NASCAR after the song, and then we'll go.
Okay, Logan, keep me on track, man. I'm
doing what I got.
All right. So we will do NASCAR report when we come back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got you. And then we'll go straight into another song.
What we'll do is we'll do the NASCAR, then we'll replay the Champ Show Open, and then we'll go on the Clay Walker.
Okay. So that's the Clay Walker song coming there.
Yeah. After the.
Well, I've got a 755 song down here. Well, are we not doing a 755 song also? After the NASCAR report?
Evidently not.
Okay. Evidently not. All right. So we'll just go to the ID. Okay. Less music, more talk.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
There you go.
Might help us make up a little bit of time anyway.
there
so
we
All
go.
right.
maybe
Okay. You never know what's going on around here.
There you go.
Thank goodness I got somebody to watch it and keep me straight, though. So now we were talking about you and what you do. So do you physically help them move their joints and things? And what does it entail? What you do?
Well, in the school district, it's mostly functional skills like they would need for school, like writing, coloring, cutting, buttoning, zipping, things like that, mostly strengthening, stuff like that. So it's a lot of, starts out hand over hand, trying to hold a pencil correctly or stuff like that. And then, then we work up to the older kids, you're copying from the board, working on the perceptual aspect of that.
So you teach them life skills. Just a way to live.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got?
We still got plenty. How long have you been doing this?
I'm on year 20.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that
20
something?
years.
20 years.
8 more till retirement.
The big pension
Can't
comes
wait.
in. Yeah. So now, have you always been with Pickens County, with that school district?
Yes,
the whole
I
time?
actually was hired before I even passed my boards.
Really?
Yes, they hired me. So
Wow.
I've been there ever since.
Oh, pretty cool. So now Grayson is in the Walhalla band. Or he was in Walhalla. Okay.
Yes.
And he is doing some plays now or not?
Well, when COVID hit, they've kind of stopped that. So now he's just finishing out his final little class to graduate and
What's
be
he gonna
done.
do?
He has no earthly idea.
No idea what he's going to do next.
No idea.
Okay. Well, hey, I was that way too. I thought I was going to go in the Navy. I had the Navy recruiter at our house, and I had the pen in my hand to sign on the dotted line, and I said, nope, not going to do it. And that guy was all said he was licking his chops, thought he had one, and nope, I just decided not to. Debbie and I were talking the other day how different my life would be had I gone in the Navy for 6 years and traveled over the world. I mean, would I have ever come back home? What would my life have been like? I'm just so tickled with the way it's been. Yeah, I've been divorced and I've been bankrupted and I've done all kind of stuff like that, been poisoned. But yet I've had a great life, man. It's been so good. It looks like the trash on paper, but it's been tremendous.
All right, we got about 15 seconds left.
All right,
We're going to play the reintro, and then we'll do our NASCAR, then we'll fire the other reintro.
All right, so you ready with some NASCAR stuff?
Ready as I can in, B.
Okay, I'll get the thing reversed to you.
Yeah.
Get weekend results with the Champ Racing Recap. Presented by Jackie Jones Dodge Jeep Ram. Monday morning at 8:45 on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And now it's time for the NASCAR report. Yeah, NASCAR was very interesting this weekend. They were at Richmond, Virginia. Here's Logan Bennett with a little bit about that update.
Well, thank you very much, Charles. They, as you said, they raced over at Richmond over the weekend. Denny Hamlin took that victory there. Kind of was a last-minute victory as well, because we had Martin Truex Jr. leading for, 228 laps? Yeah. And so he came in right at the end there and got that victory. Truex wasn't especially happy about that. I heard there was a little bit of a, I won't say a falling out, but a little bit of a kerfuffle, so to speak.
Kerfuffle. I like that word, Logan.
Yeah.
Yes, the kerfuffle ensued after the race was over. He kind of rubbed up against Kyle Larson, and Larson just handled it like a true gentleman at the end. Larson said, he said, I have a lot of respect for the guy. He said he wasn't mad at me. He was just kind of mad at the whole situation, and he said, I have a lot of respect for him, so we're going to let it go. So I thought that was a classy way to do it, and he kind of ruffled up. He thought Denny Hamlin jumped the start. Denny Hamlin says, he might to jump the start. But NASCAR said they made a mistake. It's just very, very interesting. So I don't know that you'll see that again. By the way, they ran on they sent out a memo Sunday morning and said, we're not calling them rain tires.
No.
We're calling them wet weather condition tires. So the drivers, as drivers would do, rebelled. And you know what the drivers call them now?
What do they call them?
Sprinkle tires.
Sprinkle tires. Sprinkled.
So anyway, that's our NASCAR report. Hey, we got more coming your way right here on My Country 99.3 WCON. How about some Clay Walker right now? What's it to you? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, what's it to you? Yeah, Logan? No. Well, what's it to you? Clay Walker. That's the song.
All right.
Okay, we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, that was a kerfuffle.
That was a kerfuffle in and of itself.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What is that? Tammy having to watch after him? Yeah, David, listen, I remember you guys at Anderson. Yeah, she got to be prepared for anything when she comes to Anderson, man. I was just telling her the story, David, about Jay Moore and Chrissy Owens when they came down and raced. Was it Chrissy Owens?
Heads up real quick here.
I'm not on radio, am I?
No, you're not.
Oh,
but I think that song was supposed to come after we do the next champ show open at the top of the hour.
Oh, we forgot to do that.
It's all right. We're going to fire that, but we're going to go straight into our next interview after we fire that instead with Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do results.
We'll do results I'll get Jordan on the line, quickly go over the results, and then we'll throw Jordan on.
Okay. All right, good. So we'll do results after this song, and then you'll fire the ID before we do results.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, good deal. Anyway, I was telling about that deal over there where Jay Moore ran all over Chrissy at the last lap, and man, it was mayhem ensued, didn't it, David? Yeah, Chrissy Oliver. That was it, Christy Oliver. Yeah. Boy, that was a night. I will never forget that one. And I was telling Tammy several weeks after that, we were over there and there was very few people in the grandstand, and Rupert looked at me and he said, I'll bring Jay Moore and Chrissy Oliver back here. We'll put some butts in these seats. Rupert was a great guy. Love him or hate it, you had to love him. You know, sometimes Rupert was so aggravating, but you just had to love the guy. You'd do anything in the world for him. And I think, and of course Sylvia, nobody better in racing than Sylvia Porter. But
all right, so
anyway, what we're doing now?
Jordan is on the line. We have less than a minute left. So
well, that was a quick song.
Yeah. It was. So what we're going to do is again go over the results, and Jordan's on the line. So as soon as you're done with the results, I'll put him on.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce you, and you're going to start out with Livonia results. I had some Winder results somewhere, and they fell in the floor or something. Where did they go?
I do not see anything in the floor. Might be in your stack of papers.
Ah, there they are. Okay, we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing like organizational skills. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Getting ready for that 33 to hit the track again? How many seconds we got here?
We got 20 seconds.
Oh, 20 seconds. Randy, we look forward to seeing you. I hope you get that championship. You know, you and I talked about it this year. You want to finally win a championship. Maybe this is your year to do it. Okay? All right, here we go. Radio time.
T-minus 10.
Okay. And I'll say your results are brought to you by Mid-South Cage Equipment.
All right, here we go.
My Country is WCON FM, 99.3 and HD1. Cornelia, Athens, Gainesville. You're at home in the South. This is the Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON. Presented by Jackie Jones, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Cleveland. From NASCAR to local tracks, it's everything you need to know with your host, Georgia Racing Hall of Fame announcer, Charles Head.
Yeah, we're back for our second hour on the Champ Racing Show, and it's time now for our results. They're brought to you by Mid-South Cage Equipment in Royston, Georgia. Here's Tammi Holden.
All right, so Livonia Speedway this past Saturday. Winner in limited late models was Devon Morgan, who we'll have on shortly. 602 is Nathan Bray. Modified Street, Andy Stewart. And then Stock 8, the winner was Matthew Ferguson, but he ended up with the DQ because he decided for the money that he did not want to pull down for that. So Seth Brown was deemed the winner of that race. Open wheel modified was Billy Thompson. Stock 4, Cohen Fortson. Front wheel drive, Preston Kelly. And Sharp Mini Late Models was Chris Nations.
Yeah, at Winder Bear Speedway, here was your results. Ken Lamp won the limited late models. Shane Chastain, who we talked to a moment ago, won the 602 hobbies. Jordan Poole, who's on the line right now, we'll talk about him with the modified street win. We've already talked with Jeff Casper, who won the Stock 8s. Glenn Jackson won the Stock 4A. Riley Gaines, the Stock 4B. And they started that Crown Vic division down there this week, and the Crown Vics brought in a winner. Charlie Minders was the winner of that. And Jordan Poole joins us on the program right now. Jordan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. Congratulations on a big modified street win.
Thank you.
Yeah, now tell me, I know you have got to be kin to some of the Pooles that race at Winder and have been for years. Tell me a little bit about your lineage.
Oh, yeah. Father is Ronnie Poole. He's been racing there, and you have your half and half with him. You have your good and your bad. He's been my teacher through it all.
Well, there's some good things you can learn from Ronnie and some not so good things you can learn from Ronnie, right?
Oh, yeah. That just goes with it.
Well, tell me about the race. How did you wind up in the lead?
I ended up drawing, got the lucky draw, started on the pole. That was the first time the car's been out this season. Track, it wasn't rough, it was bumpy, but it was still good to go. And once I got out in front and knew I was by myself, I was able to test the track to how I needed to. I had him coming out of 4, kind of spotting me, so I knew I had some room behind me to work with.
Mm-hmm. Now, according to what we heard from Jeff Casper and also from Shane Chastain, starting on the pole seemed to be the place. Once you got out front, it was difficult for anybody else to try to get around you. So that seemed like a good place to start was on that inside front row. Sometimes you choose the outside, but it was wise to stay on the inside, it seems like this time.
Yeah, from what I heard from other racers during the track, whatever, there wasn't much groove to work with. It was about a mid to high working track at the time, and there wasn't much room to pass. So being out front by myself did work to my advantage. I didn't have to worry about anybody trying to slide under me or try to go on the outside.
Yeah. Well, that makes it all worthwhile when you've got that opportunity to do that. Track conditions, still, we're in that wet part of the year, so they were still a little bit slow because, it's still a very, very moist racetrack.
Yep. I do prefer more of a tacky track than a dry. On dry slick, that's my challenging part.
Yeah, those do make it tough. Now, some drivers prefer a dry slick track, but most drivers like a tacky track.
Yeah, I'm on the side of the tacky. I can throw it in there a little bit deeper to where a dry slick is more of a nosedive and hope you go with it.
Got you. Tell me a little bit about how you started racing. What was your first, was it go-karts or was it Legends cars or what did you start out in?
I actually started racing on asphalt with quarter midgets at Lanier Raceway. I did that for a few years, and then my dad actually gave me the car I'm racing now, and I started halfway through the season in 2015.
I got you. So you started in full body cars in 2015 then?
Yes. That was my first time on the dirt track in a full body car in 2015.
I got you. So you went straight from quarter midgets right into that modified street?
So, yeah, it wasn't straight from it. There was a time span in between. I had to get this car ready to go. It had sat outside for a while, so it was more getting it built up to getting adjusted to my height and standard.
I got you. So you quite a bit different than your dad, height-wise?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big difference in racing styles to where I'm still learning how to be aggressive to a certain extent to where if he gets in this car from time to time, it's a completely different car.
Well, and he's a completely different aggressive kind of driver too. We've watched Ronnie be a little aggressive over the years. Man, he gets things done when he's behind the wheel of the race car.
That he does.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what your future looks like. Are you going to be able to run every week now, or what's the rest of the year looking like for you?
Yep, for the rest of the year, we plan on being there each week. As long as God, grants it, nothing happens, I'll make it each weekend.
Well, good. Tyler Canup has won just about every race down there so far this year. So, how did you fare against Tyler? Where did he run in this race?
From what I heard, Tyler was running, I believe it was around 4th place, and he ended up getting caught up in a caution, and the front end of his car got damaged. I know I walked over near his car after the race, and I saw his radiator got damaged and lamp, and they ended up blocking off turns 1 and 2.
Can come back and talk some more, okay?
All
right. Jordan Poole is our guest. Got more to come on the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Champ Show. We're on My Country 99.3 WCON.
When you're a get-the-job-done kind of guy, the type of truck you get behind matters. It needs to be tough, trustworthy, and above all, it needs to be a Ram. America's longest-lasting pickup trucks and trusted by more than get-the-job-done type of guys than any other truck on the road. Take advantage of the Ram clearance sale right now. All Rams in stock sold below invoice at Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Highway 129 Cleveland. The best price every time, period.
The Addison Agency is your one-stop for all your insurance needs. Home, auto, life, commercial, farm, and annuities. They're the insurance agents for Debbie and me. You can find them in Toccoa at Design Point. That's just across Rose Lane from Colts and Clark. See Daryl, Bonda, Colby, or Mary Ann for the best quotes from Auto Owners Insurance. Call them tomorrow morning, 706-886-1247. The Addison Agency is our insurance agency. Make sure they're yours, too.
Bowling Farm Supply is like a step back in time. Remember when you go to the feed store with your dad or granddad? Well, at Bowling Farm Supply, you can relive those great memories. Of course, they have feed, seed, and fertilizer along with soil, hay, and mulch, but they have so much more. A massive selection of knives. Names like case, buck, poker, hen, and rooster, and handmade knives. Base jugs, antiques, Zippo lighters. It's more than just a feed store. It's a unique shopping experience. Bowling Farm Supply is located at the corner of Highway 198 and Damascus Road in Homer. Stop in today.
You know what Debbie and I don't do anymore? Clean our pool. That's because we've hooked up with Aquabot of Georgia. The Aquabot robotic pool cleaner is #1 in pool cleaning technology. This amazing robotic technology maps the pool floor, scrubs and microfilters your water down to 2 microns, saving you time and money on expensive chemicals and water. You simply plug in the tangle-free power cord, drop it in the pool, and walk away to enjoy your free time. That's it. Stop by Aquabot of Georgia in Gainesville at Chastain Janitorial and see our friends Shane and Debbie Chastain. They'll hook you up. They've served North Georgia for 30 years. Check them out at aquabotofgeorgia.com. Your pool cleaning days are over.
If you're looking for late model used car parts, look no further than Peach State Auto Parts on the Royston Highway in Cannon. That's in the Gold Mine community on Highway 29 between Hardwell and Royston. Scott Heumann and his staff also buy scrap metal, copper, and aluminum cans. They will pick up your junk cars for free. If you need roll-off bins or containers for business or construction, call on Peach State Auto Parts and Recycling. Call Scott today at 706-245-4407. That's 706-245-4407.
If you want him dead, call Fred. I've been saying this for years. That's because Fred Justice and the staff at Justice Exterminating can make your home pest-free. Justice Exterminating is your local full-service pest control company, serving all of Northeast Georgia. Debbie and I had huge problems. Bugs, roaches, rats, we had them all. Till Justice Exterminating came on the scene. They handled our pest problem in no time flat. We wouldn't go a single month now without our visit from Justice Exterminating. Give them a call today for a free inspection. 706-968-8519. Justice Exterminating will get you pest-free, I promise. Remember, if you want them dead, call Fred at Justice Exterminating.
For all your welding and safety equipment needs at Safety Plus in Cornelia, Wendell and Pat Norden can supply you with the best equipment in the industry. Miller and Lincoln Welders, Victor torches, gloves, fire extinguishers, and personal protective equipment, all in stock at Safety Plus in Cornelia. They have everything to keep you and your work environment safe and under control. Safety Plus is located on Cannon Bridge Road. Safety Plus, a proud sponsor of racetracks and drivers in our area.
Dirt tracks. We're talking racing on the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And Jordan Poole is our guest right now as we talk with him about his big win in the modified streets at Windermere Speedway. Tammy's got a question for you, Jordan.
Jordan, let us know who your sponsors are now and who helps you on the car.
Sponsors are Elite Truck Repair, R&B Trucking, Specialized Tow and Recovery, Custom Hardwood Floors, Welch Commercial Truck Sales, and Tim Stevens Motorsports.
Okay, you got some good sponsors. And you got Elite Truck Repair. That's Chris Nickerson and them. I noticed Chris has been traveling with some series this year doing some racing, so it's good to see him branching out some.
Yep. The biggest help that keeps the car running would be my dad. He's the main source that keeps that thing going. Without him, that car wouldn't be where it is today.
Well, he certainly knows what he's doing around those race cars, and I'm glad you got your support of him to do it. It's good to see these second-generation guys coming in like that. And now, you're going to be back at Winder, I assume, this week. You said you're going to try to make every race, so the car in good shape, ready to roll?
Yes, it is.
Good deal. Well, Jordan, listen, thank you so much for being on the program. We appreciate it. We look forward to checking your season out as you go along, okay?
I appreciate you having me on here.
Tell your dad we said hey, too, okay?
I believe he's watching.
He probably is. Thanks so much, Jordan. We appreciate it. Hey, it's time for Tim McGraw to do a little bit of liking it and loving it and wanting some more of it right here on My Country 99.3 WCON. That's what Jordan wants. He likes it, man. In Victory Lane, he loves it. Wants some more of that.
All right.
Okay. All right, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Okay.
So, now we go straight into Blake Shelton, so we don't say anything, right?
According to Joel, we just let that go on its own.
Let it go on its own. Bubba Pollard is coming up. Those of you, and I'll talk to Bubba about this, those of you that saw the Xfinity race at Richmond this past weekend, man, Bubba he did so well. Do you know we had 3 Georgia drivers in the top 10 at Richmond? We had Seth Christian. No. Who was it that won the race? Smith.
You know?
Anyway, we had, golly, I'm trying to think. We had 3, Austin Hill was in the top 10, Chandler Smith, who won the race, and then we had Bubba Pollard in 6th spot. I mean, we had 3 Georgia drivers that raced right here, that we watched grow up, that won, that were in that Xfinity race at Richmond. So that was pretty cool. So Bubba's going to join us here in just a little while. Matthew, good. Let's talk about it. I want to have Matthew Lance on here. He wants to co-host one night. And I was surprised whenever I got that message from Matthew and he said, I'd like to co-host. I would love to have Matthew on here. That's going to be fun. Make sure you bring Rhett whenever you come, because, we want to see Rhett whenever he comes. Maybe he'll wear his yellow hat too. You know, I gave Rhett a yellow hat and one of my shirts that said Champ Racing Show on it. That was kind of cool to be able to give that to Rhett. He's a neat kid. I have special kids like that I've just always kind of embraced at the racetracks, and it's nice to have those. Especially when you get my age, you start wanting to kind of pass it down, teach some new folks. Nobody wants to be an announcer now because I think it's because nobody wants to give up every Friday and Saturday night. I mean, you don't find anybody that wants to give up 30 Fridays and Saturdays.
Right.
Many wives that will allow people to give up every Thursday, Friday, or every Friday and Saturday. Debbie was a racing widow for many, many, many years. And that's just the way it was. But anyway, It has been a great life. I tell you, I love my racing buddies. I always have. And I don't miss the racing in any way, because I can see racing anywhere. I miss people. The people is what I miss. Yeah, I miss all the people because they're so kind and so nice, and you don't find better people in this world than racing folks.
That's very true.
Man, that is
I took
true.
that half season off, and then I was like, "Oh, my friends are at the
I
track."
know,
mean,
yeah.
That's your family.
Yeah,
your family
it is. It is. So you were off dancing at Wendell's instead of.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Oh.
So now, what have you got planned for summertime? Because you don't work during the summer, right?
I don't.
So what do you got planned for the summer?
Probably keeping grandkids.
Ah.
You know, that's my other job anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, everybody looks at your picture and says, "Grandma? She's a grandma?"
I know. I have 4.
What ages are they?
They are 7, 6, 2, and 1.
Wow. Golly.
Yep.
You got stair steps.
They're my babies.
Yeah. Well, our grandkids are in Washington, D.C. and Jamaica, of all places.
Oh, wow.
So we don't get to see them very often at all.
Well, I would find reasons to go to Jamaica.
Well, we're going down to visit them. Yeah, we're going down there for sure. He's with the State Department, and he works in the embassy. So every 2 years they go somewhere. We went to Rome, Italy last year when they were there, where they'll be in Jamaica. Then I think there's talk of them going to Brussels next time, or Geneva, Switzerland. And so we'll be going there next time. I got a wheeze. Have you noticed that, Logan? I don't want that wheeze to come across on the radio. Y'all hang on. Tammy, entertain them while I get my thing here.
Not much I can do about it. So
I know. Well,
inhaler here somewhere.
I know. Well, it doesn't help all the pollen right now.
Oh, no.
I know. I hate to wheeze on the radio. I hate that.
Yeah, the pollen's getting rough. I mean, look at my car outside. It's like half yellow.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I tell people about my hat. They say, "I love your yellow hat." I said, it started out white this morning when I left the house. All right, so here we are. We're back after inhaler time. Yeah, but this is great radio, isn't it? Well, Facebook's a little different. We can get by with stuff here that we can't normally.
We can have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, a little bit of fun. Facebook, I have 3 new followers. I got a lot of new followers this week.
Donna, that's Hops and Harvest.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was
Hops and Harvest. I saw that.
My dad commented and said he wanted a coverall, so they're playing bingo.
Oh, that's
tonight.
what it was. The coverall, yeah.
Yes.
I'm members of the Tacoma Elks Lodge, and we have a huge bingo thing going on every Wednesday. What?
Can I see your back real quick?
My what?
Your packet for the info. I wanna make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
I have Bubba's number.
Our Elks Lodge has bingo on Wednesdays and Sundays, and it is just such a big draw. We have hundreds of people show up for bingo at the Elks Lodge. So, yeah, that's a fun thing. That's what we started doing on our Friday nights. We go to the Elks Lodge now, hang out with our friends there, and do some dancing and whatever they have going on at the Elks Lodge. Always have a band and something happening. So we started doing things Debbie wants to do instead of what Charles always wanted to do for 30 years.
Well, you know.
She's earned the right.
There you go. Exactly.
So she had back surgery last week, and she overdid it yesterday, and she had two things done. We got time. Yeah. She had her sciatic nerve was being pinched by a muscle, and they went in and clipped the tendon on the muscle to relax the muscle. And while they were in there, they took some facets. I'd even never heard the term facets out of beside her spine that were pressing on the spinal nerve. So they took those out while they were in there. So she's had a little difficult time getting over this. It's been
We got Bubba.
been a little different.
We got Bubba. He's on the line.
Bubba's on the line. Okay, good deal. And what are we doing now?
We got like 45 seconds left of this
And
song.
we go straight into Bubba, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you'll play a liner.
I will.
Okay, good deal. All right, here we go. We're getting ready to do this. I meet with a group of ladies on a Zoom every morning at 7:00. And we have prayer, and we talk about things. They're from all over the country, and we just have a great time. And so we've had prayer for Debbie every day, every morning. They want to know how she's doing, so it's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, neat deal. I got to get me something. I can't believe we've got hard surfaces in here. This makes noise when I say it. I can't set it down quietly enough.
No, it used to be carpeted.
I know. Yeah, you used to have carpet. It was so.
All right, T-minus 10.
Okay, here we go.
Pedal to the metal with the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
Well, Bubba Pollard went to Richmond, Virginia, and made us all proud this past Saturday in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, driving the car for Dale Jr. Bubba, man, we were just so tickled with you. I sent you, as soon as the race was over, I sent you a text. I know you didn't get it because you were still in the race car, and I told you how proud I was of you. You came up to 6th. What a great run. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we had a good day, good weekend. We were excited. We started practice off there, top of the board, and man, we went right into qualifying. We rolled right into qualifying, and
what happened there?
Yeah, I struggled. I just overdrove the car, didn't use enough brakes, and ended up almost dead last. And the guys gave me a good race car. I just kind of shook it off and got things turned around there and started racing. We marched our way to the front. So we had a good day. Everything except qualifying. Learned a lot. And, hopefully, one day we can get a shot to do it again.
I tell you, I hope Dale Jr. gives you another shot at that. Jim Carson, my buddy Jim Carson with Late Model Digest. Jim put on Facebook Saturday. He said, "I guess I'm going to watch the Xfinity pre-race for the first time ever because you were going to be on there. Nobody had ever watched all that stuff. I sat there, watched every lap of it, and I kept watching you. You got hung up behind Parker Kligerman and didn't seem like you're going to get around him. And then all of a sudden, you come up with a 6th place finish. I was just." You were driving the wheels off of that thing toward the end of the race.
Yeah, we really just didn't have no track position all day. We kind of lost some spots in the pits. I would run up to all the way 14th, I think, that first stage, and we just couldn't get off pit road and just set us back all day. And we were trying to play catch up, but we set ourselves up for that last stage to have a good finish. And man, I really feel like if we had some few more laps there, we could have got us a top 5. So, all in all, a good day.
Yeah, I was just so tickled to see you there. And you got a lot of coverage. I mean, they talked about you, all day long about, the short track ace from Georgia. And, it was just so refreshing for us all to hear what great things they were saying about you. Of course, we all go back to that thing that Kyle Busch said about you, when he retires, he wants to be Bubba Pollard. And that was just the coolest comment ever. And, so you have turned a lot of heads, and I hope you get an opportunity to be back in that car again.
Yeah, we're working on it. I'm just very thankful for the opportunity that Junior gave me, and this all come about with Ream. Ream was the one that stepped up and wanted to do the deal, and Junior, they put it all together, and they're trying their best to help me out to to see if we can't get another race locked in before the end of the year. And who knows, there's always next year possibly to put something together. So we had we had a good turnout with fans, and the response has been amazing. A lot of people, followed us up there to Richmond and was online buying T-shirts and things like that and die-cast cars. So I think it turned some heads with the ring department and junior motorsports. Just how big fan base I had, and I didn't really know I had. So it was pretty neat, pretty cool, the response, and people checking up on me. And it took me a couple of days to get back to everybody, but it was pretty amazing.
You know, it's one thing to have a driver that's normally in the series and they do a one-off with a sponsor and they have the die-cast and the T-shirts and all the merch, but for somebody to just come in for a one-time deal, that was pretty special. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that quite like they did for you.
Yeah, they really took care of me. They wanted to make it cool for me, a good experience, and they did that, provided me with a good race car, a good team. We did a lot of media stuff leading up to the race and after the race, and the week of the race there. So they got some more media stuff planned for me later on in the year to kind of make me a part of the team there with the 88 car. So it's pretty neat. They really I really was excited that we got to do it with Junior.
Yeah.
Their organization kind of fits who I am and fits me. They're all good old boy blue collar, guys that just want to go fast, have fun, win races, and that's what I'm all about. So it was just all in all a great fit for me.
Yeah, good deal. Well, I've had a couple of people that told me to tell you, hey, today, Shane Chastain is one. He got a win this weekend at Winder Bear in a dirt car. Finally, he got a win in that one. And Stan Narrison called me from Montgomery today, and he said, make sure you remind Bubba that he's going to be here on the 13th, I think, to race at Montgomery. So excited to see what you're doing at that racetrack too.
Yeah, we are. We're going to return. We've had a busy month, or actually 3 months here, leading up to everything, and we've kept our short track program going. And yeah, we're going to be at Stan's place over there in Montgomery on April 13th. It's an opportunity for a lot of people from home here, only a 2-hour drive to get over there and able to watch me race. And we always enjoy. I think Stan does a heck of a job promoting. I think he does a great job over there. And I wish we could get him over here to Sonora one day, but we like racing with him, and then have a pretty busy schedule this year. Get back in the swing of things and racing, and hopefully we started off with 3 wins out of the 4 right there this year, and we started off strong. So we just got to keep that momentum going into the rest of the year.
It's been a strong year for you. I got to ask you this question. I was at Gresham, and Hugh had just slammed the wall. Man, you tore down the wall in turn 1. And I remember afterwards you said, reckon I'm going to have to get rid of my lucky underwear or something like that. Tell me the story on that. Have you still got your lucky underwear?
Unfortunately, I got rid of those. I grew out of them.
Well, I knew I had to ask you about that because that was one of the first things you said. My lucky underwear I kind of messed them up.
We all, as race car drivers, we always have some kind of superstitions to kind of get us through the weekend, through the year. So
yeah,
but yeah, I definitely grew out of those.
I got to ask you this too. 26 number that you've been running for years. Where did that number come from?
So it's kind of crazy. My dad, always raced, and I grew up around the racetrack. He was number 22, and man, we raced with a guy. He raced. You remember Johnny Henderson?
Oh,
he was number
20, yeah,
26. And we'd always give friends with them and those guys. And I just like the 26. You didn't see many 26s out there. A lot of people had the same number, and now there's a couple of them out there, more than normal. But we kind of raced with them, grew up over there, and I always liked the number and kind of stuck with me.
Wow, how cool. Hey, Bubba, hang on a minute. We're going to take a break, come back and talk some more. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, Bubba Pollard is our guest. Got more to come. Jackie Jones, Chrysler Dodge Champ Show. We're right here on My Country 99.3 WCON.
The open road, it's filled with twists and turns, hills and valleys, but what lies beyond that open road? A Jeep owner knows, because they can go beyond the road to places that only a Jeep can take them. Right now, you can take advantage of unheard of rebates and discounts at Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, with all Jeeps in stock below invoice because Jackie Jones is overstocked with new Jeeps. That's Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Cleveland, Georgia. The best price every time, period.
Hey, let me tell you about one of my absolute favorite racetracks, Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the ultimate motorsports playground. From the high-performance F1 style road course to the challenging extreme kart track, you'll find Atlanta Motorsports Park a facility like no other. The country club atmosphere features not only the performance of the high-powered racing machines, but also a putting green, a great pool area for lounging, and a world-class skid pad to learn how to handle any out-of-control situation. The kart track is a mainstay for those who want to rent a kart for an experience like no other. Check out the schedule of activities at AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com. It's in Dawsonville. Just follow the signs to fun.
M&M Used Cars in Jefferson has a great selection of late model full-size trucks. Check out their extensive truck inventory, full-size diesel and gas models from which to choose. If you're looking for a low mileage, late model full-size truck, chances are they have exactly the one meant for you at M&M Used Cars. Check out the extensive inventory at MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. That's MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. Or stop by at 1312 Washington Street in Jefferson and see them in person. Apply for credit right on the website. 24-hour chat available as well. M&M Used Cars in Jefferson.
Do you remember as a kid riding along with your Tonka toys, dozer, and dump trucks? Well, that childhood memory can come to real life at Simpson Trucking and Grading. Now, Simpson is looking for men and women who want to work and who know the value of a hard day's work and who want to get paid well for doing it. If you're open to a new career in the trucking or heavy equipment field, contact Simpson Trucking and Grading on Candler Road in Gainesville or give them a call, 770-536-4731. That's 770-536-4731. Simpson Trucking and Grading wants you.
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Yeah, on the wheel and let the dust fly. Napa know-how.
Get all the Napa know-how you need at Napa Auto Parts in Toccoa, Clayton, Cornelia, Commerce, Jefferson, Hartwell, Elberton, Westminster, Walhalla, Seneca, Anderson, and Easley.
El Patron Family Mexican Restaurant wants to thank all their loyal customers who have made them the #1 family restaurant in Cornelia. El Patron offers the finest in Mexican dining, from their all-you-can-eat crab legs on Mondays to Thursday trivia to Sunday family time. El Patron is there to please. Outstanding customer service is what has made El Patron Habersham County's choice for 12 years. Come enjoy the atmosphere and the food at El Patron Family Mexican Restaurant on Historic Highway 441 across from Billy Kane Ford in Cornelia.
The Baja is back in action this Saturday night. Winder Barrow Speedway is home of some of the best grassroots racing in the South. Scheduled divisions are limited late models, 602 Hobby, Modified Street, Stock 8, Stock 4A, and Stock 4B. Gates open at 4 with racing starting at 7. That's racing this Saturday night at Winder Barrow Speedway. Head to the Baja at 330 Donahue Road in Winder.
This is the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show with Charles Head on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And Bubba Pollard is our guest after that great run and the great things that he showed us that he had behind the wheel at Richmond. And Tammi Holden's got a question.
Okay, so you have the dirt background and the asphalt. So kind of tell us the difference with the two and kind of which you favor more, maybe.
So, it's funny. We own a dirt track now, but I grew up racing asphalt, and years ago, we built a racetrack and we sold it. Charlie Edwards owned it, and he had 2 dirt tracks, within an hour apart. So he wanted to pave one of them. So that's how I got my start, asphalt racing. But man, I really enjoy the dirt racing. I really, I probably enjoy it more for the fact of this asphalt racing has gotten so technical and so expensive, and your car has got to be just almost perfect, and you got to do a lot of testing, and a lot of technology goes into it. I feel like the dirt's more forgiving. I feel like the driver comes into play a lot. I feel like if the car is off, the driver can kind of make up for it. So you got the same feel. You got the same feel you're really looking for in a race car in both of them. But man, if I had to start over today, I'm going dirt racing. So,
Really?
maybe one day I can do it. And that's kind of, I got a few more asphalt races I'd like to win before I hang it up. I'm never going to really hang it up, but quit racing asphalt full time and go some dirt racing.
So when you retire, you're going to be Clint Smith, right?
I don't know. I hope I'm better than Clint Smith.
Oh, me. Well, look,
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah, what's that?
How long has Jackie Jones been a sponsor of the Champ Show?
Jackie has been a sponsor of this show now for about 13 or 14 years. And I'll tell you how it came about. What were you going to say about Jackie?
Well, I know it's been a long time sponsor of the show. So
yeah,
that's really great, and what he's done for the sport and like you and just everybody is the loyalty there is pretty cool.
Yeah, his wife, I had somebody on the show one night and she sent me a message and she said, a Facebook message, and she said, Jackie wants to get in touch with you. He wants to sponsor your show. Well, it didn't take me long to put together the fact that Patsy Jones and Jackie Jones, I went, So I called Jackie the next day and he became a sponsor immediately, took over the name sponsorship of the show, and we've just become great friends. So it has been a wonderful thing.
That's awesome. I knew that y'all had been together for a while.
Yeah. It's been a really good thing, and he loves racing. And man, he helps us in the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame Association, and he's just a wonderful guy. So now let me ask you something. Whenever your granddad built the racetrack, how much involvement did you have at an early age? When did you start going down there?
So I never knew my granddad. So I'm 37 years old. My granddad passed away just about 4 or 5 years before I was thought about. So he loved race. He loved racing. He loved drag racing. So one day they just decided to build a racetrack. But my dad spent many years over there, helping my granddad get the place ready and, digging out bleachers and doing all sorts of things. So to get the racetrack back in our family, it really means a lot, and it's really special to us. Hopefully, one day we can just keep on the family tradition and keep it going. It's so tough around here right now with all these people moving in.
Yeah.
We just don't know where the racetrack's going to be. So we're fighting and we're trying to keep it alive. So the racetrack's definitely important to our family.
Yeah, very much so. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I had a show on the Bear 92.5 in Griffin for a bunch of years, and one of my big sponsors was Pollard Trucking. Yeah, I used to come by there all the time, see y'all.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's your next race? Is it the one at Montgomery, or you got something coming up this weekend?
Yes, so our next race will be Montgomery, over at Stan's place next week, and then we'll go to Five Flags on the 25th, Mobile on the 26th. We're going through some engine issues right now. We're kind of down on some motors, so our program's a little bit behind. We've had some problems the last couple of weeks, but I got some good people behind me that's giving me what I need to make it through these next couple of weeks till we get us a new engine package, and we're ready to go. We're excited, and like I said earlier, just a momentum thing. You know how big momentum is in racing to keep it going. So the guys are working hard at the shop, and we're excited about the rest of the year. Hopefully, like we was talking earlier, I can get the dirt car out and have a little fun with it the next couple of weeks. We're actually starting we've been trying to start our program at Sonoy for the last month. But we've been, Mother Nature's haven't been playing too kind to us. So we've struggled, getting some races in, but we hope to, have our first show next weekend. So everyone, come on out and check us out.
Good deal. Well, listen, we'll hope that goes well for you. And I tell you what, I can just hear extra excitement in your voice. I know you're excited about what you did at Richmond, and we couldn't be happier for you. Bubba, thanks so much for being on the program and taking time with us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Anytime. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bubba Pollard has been our guest. Yeah, he had that Chevy running like a sweet thing. And here is a little bit of Keith Urban to tell us about those sweet things on My Country 99.3 WCON. All right. So that was Bubba Pollard. And Bubba's always a good guy. I always like him. I told you the story about the Andrew Bubba Pollard. But anyway, Bubba has been, I think I announced his first race when he was running Legends cars back at either Atlanta Motor Speedway. I think that's where he started, was Atlanta Motor Speedway. We used to do Thursday Thunder down there. That's when I announced on Thursday night, too. Drove all the way to Atlanta. Yeah, all the way down to Atlanta Motor Speedway to do little Legends cars race. I got down there the first time. We'd had the NASCAR Cup race, and we ran Legends during that, and that's fine. And then the next week, they wanted me to come back and announce the race. And here we are in this big NASCAR tower, And I looked at Brandon Hutchison, who's the president of Speedway, and I said, where's the microphone? And they said, oh, we forgot. They take all the sound equipment from one track to the next track. They don't leave it all there. They had nothing. So the next week I'm there, and you got these, 50,000 seat grandstand, and I had a little microphone and 100-watt Radio Shack speakers, to try to announce to all this. It was just funny times. Anyway, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, Vinny Livingston said you got your earrings covered up.
Oh, let's fix that, Vinny. We gotta fix that.
Bear claws, that's what they are. They're bear claws.
Oh, no.
Oh, golly. So how's your experience been?
Great. I mean, I don't have a lot of questions, but
Well, that's when I first started this, it was so funny because I would listen back to shows and I would think, oh my gosh, I asked a question that he just answered. I was so busy trying to come up with a question, I wasn't listening to what they were saying. And now I wait to even formulate a question until they get done talking, because I usually just ask a question of what they said, and it guides me into the next thing. So it's just kind of a flow. But what are you
my
like?
Child.
Oh, hey, Grayson, yeah, we were talking about you a while ago. Why did you quit band, man? Band is so much fun, and a baritone is such an unusual instrument for a guy to play. It's just an unusual instrument, and it's got such a great sound. That euphonium has a better sound than any. It's better than a trombone, and it's not a tuba. The baritone has great sound. Anyway,
I'm out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. You're traveling late at night by yourself. Is that okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I was
That's
thinking
Donna.
about that.
I'll see you tomorrow, Donna.
Another 50-50 lady right there. Yeah. So we got Devon Morgan coming up. That's the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We are 8:37. Okay. So where are we at song wise?
We got about a minute left of Keith Urban, and then we have another Keith Urban immediately.
Oh, we're doing
after,
Keith Urban right after that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the people on radio are getting a treat.
They're getting Keith Urban featuring Eric Church after this one. Raise them up.
Okay. Good deal. Are you an American Idol fan? Do you ever watch that?
I don't.
We love American Idol.
I used to, but now I just kind of watch the clips that they
highlights?
post.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We just enjoy. I guess that's the old youth pastor in me coming out. I love to watch kids succeed, and I love American Idol. And many times I'll just sit there and cry because I'm just so excited about some kid. And there's more than you want to know. But anyway,
and there are a few of those a winner or two that we play on this station here. I mean, Carrie Underwood got her start on American Idol. I think it was what season was that? Do you know?
Oh, who?
Carrie Underwood.
Oh, she was like the third or fourth season.
Yeah, she was early on.
She was early on.
I don't think we play him on here, but there was another one that I'm pretty fond of. Scott McCready.
Yes, Scotty McCready.
Scotty. Yeah.
McCreary. Yeah, Scotty McCreary out of Falls of the News or somewhere in North Carolina, up in that area, Raleigh area.
Yeah, he had a good voice.
Yeah, good kid.
He did have a good voice.
He had a low voice, sort of like Josh Turner.
Yeah, he auditioned with that Josh Turner song.
First time I introduced, and now, ladies and gentlemen, here's for our today's results. Here is Josh instead of Tanner. I said, "Here's Josh Turner." Oh,
people do that all the time.
Tanner.
I think his Twitter handle is Tanner, not Turner, because people do that all the time.
He was my producer before Logan.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl. How are you doing? Hey, and Noelle is watching. I thought y'all were going on vacation. You said y'all were out of here, Noelle. Where did y'all go? I thought y'all were heading out somewhere. You may be there now. I don't know.
I was going to say, you can watch on your phone.
Yeah, that's right. It's worldwide, baby. Nationwide. What is that? Who was that wrestler that used to say something like that? I don't know. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, where are we at, Logan?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, you were talking about Tyler Riddle.
Yeah.
And we saw him on here.
Right.
So, yes, that was an interesting race. Travis Mosley, of course, set the Fatso's fast time.
Right.
So, and then we did a grudge draw, and he was given the one, so he got to keep his spot, which is,
that's unusual.
Yeah. But so he's kept his spot, and at one point, Matt Gilbert got side by side and got in lap traffic. And that was interesting, but Matt broke.
Oh, no!
So, but yeah. So
that's how Tyler wound up in second.
It was a really good race, yes. And Tyler, he held his own.
Yeah.
Stayed right there.
Wow, that's unusual for two people that father and stepson to come first and second. What?
We got Devon on the line. I did notice his connection was a little spotty, so if we have any problems with that,
I'll cover and we'll call him back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how much time we got?
A minute.
Oh, we got
a minute 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, those two guys, they're kind of, I remember when Tyler won when he won a 602 race. Remember when he came to Livonia and won a 602 race? A very unusual time for him to be in a 602 car, and he won that race at Livonia, and that was kind of neat.
Oh, yeah.
Good folks.
Oh, yeah.
So where are you this weekend? You're at Anderson Friday night. You do anything Saturday?
No,
Sumter is
the
next
Clemson
weekend.
spring game is Saturday. That's all that matters.
Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
Yes. So Anderson Friday night, and then I'm off Saturday.
Okay, well, that's an unusual time.
Mm-hmm.
So Wendell Saturday night?
No, I'll be at the game.
Oh, that's right.
Then who knows after that? I'm
Yeah.
sure the tailgate crew will get together.
Yep.
So.
Nothing like tailgating at games. Man. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Hope everything's going well. Who's going to East Bay? Noel.
Noel.
MMSA in May? No, what?
No,
you're going to Mountains. I thought that was MMSA.
T-minus 10.
I got racing on my mind. Going to Mountains in May, and then October going to East Bay. Okay, got you. All right, here we go.
5 seconds.
All right, let's be cool.
Dirt tracks. We're talking racing on the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And it's a great time to have a driver on who not only won one race, not only two races, but won three races this past weekend. Devon Morgan showed the way at three different places. Two different racetracks, but three different races. Devon, man, what a great weekend for you.
Oh yeah, we had a great weekend, and I've never even won two races in the same night or weekend before. So in the car stuff, to be able to come out this past weekend and get 3 wins, 3 races, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I know you've been racing a lot of course, 602 and limited stuff, and to be able to get that win in limited, and then to also you've been playing around with some, what is it, Thunder Bomber that you've been running also?
Yeah, I've been running some Thunder Bomber stuff, street stock stuff, just really anything that I can get in and go.
Yeah, I know your dad and I talked at the end of last year about you wanting to kind of spread your wings a little bit and just get in anything and try everything out. And you're one of those guys, you kind of get it differently. You didn't start off on dirt and go to asphalt. You started off on asphalt at Greenville-Pickens Speedway and then found your way to dirt. And all night long, we've been talking to people about the difference between asphalt and dirt. And I know Greenville-Pickens is an absolute flat racetrack. So how does that differ from the dirt tracks with it being just a pure flat track?
It's pretty huge. The car setup was really the biggest part of it, which for really any asphalt racing. But it being flat, the car setup was even bigger, to get the handling where you wanted it compared to some of these dirt tracks with all the banking, car's not quite handling right. You can just kind of throw it off in there and land in the banking most of the time and then, make it do what you want to the rest of the corner.
I know that most asphalt tracks, I think the speeds are a little faster because you're not spinning the tires like you are on a dirt track. So the speeds are probably faster, but with Greenville-Pickens being so flat, you couldn't go into the corners fast at all. So I guess it kind of mimics the speeds of a dirt track, a high bank dirt track, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say we might even carry at some tracks will take more speed through the corner than what Greenville-Pickens was, because it was so flat there, and 1 and 2 almost felt like it was off camber or something.
Yeah, I've always heard, I think David Pearson was talking about, he said he poured a Coke one time at the inside wall and it ran to the outside wall of the racetrack. It was beyond being flat. Now, I know you have enjoyed some times at Toccoa. I think that's probably one of the fastest dirt tracks that you run, isn't it?
Yeah, Toccoa was probably the fastest or the highest bank track that I've ran, and it's extremely fun and challenging. It's definitely, I'd say, it's my most favorite track to drive and race at.
Yeah, Tammy, you were at was it Harris where you went?
Yes.
Yeah. So what was the situation like at Harris weather-wise?
Oh, the weather was good other than the wind.
Okay.
So the track was good, though.
But they hadn't had a lot of rain? I mean, where the track was in good condition?
The track was in good shape, from what I could tell.
Okay. So you won 2 races at Harris, right? Street stock and Thunder Bomber, right?
No, sir. I was actually at TR.
Oh, that was at Traveler's Rest. That's right. That was at Traveler's Rest. Okay. Pardon me. I got those two confused. So now what's the difference? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would say I'm actually at Harris right now, watching cars go around the racetrack.
We can hear them.
Getting ready to to go in and make some laps in this Renegade car.
Okay, now what's the difference in a Renegade and a straight stock? And what is a Renegade?
Renegade is it's called Renegade Sportsman. It's kind of evolved from Crate Sportsman. You got some Renegade motors, and or you can run a 602 motor, 100-pound weight brake for a 602. They weigh a little bit more than a street stock. With street stock, we get a Renegade car has to run a Signal 3-speed. Street stock gets the vert Brins. You can run crossover headers on the street stock. Front suspension on the Renegade cars, stock shock location. They have a spec front shock. You can't run no chains or anything on them. So they're different in ways, but a lot of the ways you set them up is pretty similar. They overall kind of drive pretty close to each other.
I got you. I thought maybe it was a street stock that everybody had to run Renegade fuel. I didn't know what the deal was. Hey, Devon, hang on a minute. We're going to take a quick break and come back. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Devon Morgan is our guest. More to come. It's the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Champ Show. We are My Country 99.3 WCON.
For all your welding and safety equipment needs, it's Safety Plus in Cornelia. Wendell and Pat Norden can supply you with the best equipment in the industry. Miller and Lincoln Welders, Victor torches, gloves, fire extinguishers, and personal protective equipment, all in stock at Safety Plus in Cornelia. They have everything to keep you and your work environment safe and under control. Safety Plus is located on Cannon Bridge Road. Safety Plus, a proud sponsor of racetracks and drivers in our area.
Hey, I'm coming to South Carolina. I'll be in Anderson at Chick-fil-A for another Health, Hope, and Horsepower hangout. Yeah, let's come talk a little bit about health, let's talk a little bit about hope, and let's talk a little bit of racing. We'll do it at Chick-fil-A in Anderson coming up on Wednesday night, April 10th. We look forward to seeing you at Chick-fil-A in Anderson for another Health, Hope, and Horsepower night. Come on out and meet me and let's chat, okay?
M&M Used Cars in Jefferson has a great selection of late model full-size trucks. Check out their extensive truck inventory, full-size diesel and gas models from which to choose. If you're looking for a low mileage, late model full-size truck, chances are they have exactly the one meant for you at M&M Used Cars. Check out the extensive inventory at MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. That's MNMUsedCarsJefferson.com. Or stop by at 1312 Washington Street in Jefferson and see them in person. Apply for credit right on the website. 24-hour chat available as well. M&M Used Cars in Jefferson.
I've just got to tell you about the folks at J&C Auto Care in Toccoa. My truck was blowing oil all over the place. Well, I took it to several places who just couldn't figure out what was going on. But Jason and Clay knew exactly what to do. And you know why? They've been voted the best repair shop in Toccoa 2 years running. They're locally owned and operated. Check them out at 70 Mize Road in Toccoa. J&C Auto Care.
El Patron Family Mexican Restaurant wants to thank all their loyal customers who have made them the #1 family restaurant in Cornelia. El Patron offers the finest in Mexican dining, from their all-you-can-eat crab legs on Mondays to Thursday trivia to Sunday family time. El Patron is there to please. Outstanding customer service is what has made El Patron Habersham County's choice for 12 years. Come enjoy the atmosphere and the food at El Patron Family Mexican Restaurant on Historic Highway 441 across from Billy Kane Ford in Cornelia.
If you want him dead, call Fred. I've been saying this for years. That's because Fred Justice and the staff at Justice Exterminating can make your home pest-free. Justice Exterminating is your local full-service pest control company, serving all of Northeast Georgia. Debbie and I had huge problems. Bugs, roaches, rats, we had them all. Till Justice Exterminating came on the scene. They handled our pest problem in no time flat. We wouldn't go a single month now without our visit from Justice Exterminating. Give them a call today for a free inspection. 706-968-8519. Justice Exterminating will get you pest-free, I promise. Remember, if you want them dead, call Fred at Justice Exterminating.
Mid-South Cage Equipment is one of the largest builders of poultry houses in the Southeast. At Mid-South, they welcome your questions about new technology in the poultry growing industry. From construction to final equipment installation, Mid-South Cage Equipment is your one-stop shop for the poultry grower. Chore time bins and augers, Ziggedy drinking systems, and cool air handling systems are just a few of the top brands available at Mid-South Cage Equipment on Highway 29 north of Royston.
Get weekend results with the Champ Racing Recap. Presented by Jackie Jones Dodge Jeep Ram. Monday morning at 8:45 on My Country 99.3 WCON.
Yeah, and I always enjoy being on with Joel and Mary every Monday morning as we talk racing here at 8:45 on My Country 99.3 WCON. And Devon, Tammi Holden's got a question for you.
All right, Devon, tell us about your sponsors and who helps you on the car. Well,
yeah, I gotta thank my mom, my dad, MPM Marketing, PKPR. I gotta thank Jiffy Lube, Jimmy's Restaurant, KRC Power Center, Prototype Headers, Auto Bank RV Sales. I'm forgetting a lot right now, but there's Zach Dillon, Chase Thompson that helps with the car. There's a lot more people that goes into it that I'm forgetting. I apologize to them, but it takes a whole lot for us to be able to run the late model stuff like we do, and I'm just very thankful for each and every one of them.
Yeah, you had that deal with Jiffy Lube came about several years ago, and that's been a good sponsor for you to have Jiffy Lube on the car.
Oh yeah, that's been great, and really helped us out, and allowed me to race like I do.
Yeah, good deal. Well, Devon, listen, we appreciate you being on the program. Congratulations. 3 wins in 2 days. That is just pretty cool. We're excited for you, and hope you get some good luck this weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can make it 4 for 4 this weekend.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Thanks so much, Devon. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Devon Morgan has been our guest, and I was listening to those cars go by, and it reminded me of that scene in Days of Thunder whenever he's in the laundromat and you hear these old junker cars out there rolling around. It sort of reminded me of that. We got Zach Brown coming up. I want to tell you a story about Zach Brown. My son, our son was playing in. I think you may have started that too early.
Just a bit.
Yeah, hold it just a second. Can you stop that for just a second? Let me tell this story. Okay, I want to tell this story quickly. He was playing at Eddie's Attic with his band, the Jay Drummond's band in Atlanta, and this was several years ago, a number of years ago, and they were the headliners that night. And to warm up the crowd, they brought out this kid with a guitar. And he just sat there and sang, and turns out that was Zach Brown. Can you believe that? Cool that was the beginning of Zach Brown. You can fire it off now, Logan.
I got to get this ready first.
Okay. Are you going back to the beginning or what?
Yep, here we go.
Okay, we're going back to the beginning. So we got a full 21 seconds to tell you about Zach Brown. Yeah, he's out of North Georgia. He has done so well for himself. If you've not seen that Crossroads whenever he's with James Taylor, oh, man, you got to watch that on CMT. Here's Zach Brown, and yeah, he's homegrown right here from Georgia.
Okay.
Well, that was convoluted.
Yeah.
That was a kerfuffle, as we said.
We made it work. We made it work. That's all that matters.
Well, anyway, I didn't know if you had I hated to have to ask you if you had the full intro to go again or not.
It is what it is. I mean, if we had anything other than DJB, I probably could have just continued it, but I can't.
Yeah. By the way, DJB is the operating program.
Our automation software. It's if you look at the screen over here, if you can see that from here, it's what allows us to play the music and our commercials.
When I started in radio, we had the old when we got set up in the back.
Yeah.
We had the big turntables, and we had to queue up the records, and we had every commercial on an individual cart that we had to play. It was a whole different game back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And I made $1.50 an hour, man. $1.50 an hour. I started out in radio big time. So anyway, that's the way it went. Anyway, Tammi has been with us tonight. We're getting ready to be done here. We've got a song and some upcoming events.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Thank you so much for being here. And we Kenny Collins came on the other night, and we topped 6,000 viewers. I just kept watching the totals go up.
You can't top Kenny.
And then
you can't top Kenny.
With Woody last week, I think we had 2,500. Woody will probably correct me on that. I don't know exactly what we had. And then the little reel that we did, we got it was 4,700 last time I looked before we got on the show tonight.
Right. Can you
see
so we'll just see. Now, the people will watch all the way to Wednesday of next week. So you'll see that total continue to build all the way to Wednesday.
How many we got right now?
Top 6,000. I don't know.
Oh, you can't see.
I won't know till afterwards. I had to change my Facebook page over to a business page. So now I can go to Insights, and it tells me how many people view it, how long they view it, and all the different things about it. So it's pretty cool.
Nice perk.
Yeah. So it's nice to see how many people you've impacted. So we'll see if you impact more than 6,000 people.
I don't know.
I told Debbie today, I said it's cool because I place all the blame on the co-host. It's nothing to do with me anymore. It's like you got to bring 6,000 people.
That's not going to happen. I
don't know.
Kenny Collins has been around a long time here.
I don't know. But anyway, it's
okay.
But, yes, what have I got to do?
Just making sure we're on the same page. After this song, we'll come in and we'll do
It's nice to have somebody that keeps you in line. Isn't it?
Well, we're just going to do our results after we come back.
No, upcoming.
Upcoming. Yeah, excuse me. Upcoming. And then we'll go to Kenny Chesney after that, and then we'll have an ad break, and the close will come after the end of the break.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so we're doing upcoming and then Kenny Chesney and then the break.
Yeah.
That's the break 7.
Yes.
Okay, that's coming afterwards. All right. Good deal. So we go straight into upcoming events after a liner.
Yeah.
All right, and how long we got before that happens?
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Okay, so we got time to talk.
Yeah.
So now, you in school tomorrow, or y'all on spring break?
Spring break.
What you been doing?
Not much of anything. Today I hung out with the grandkids. Did some of that.
So what's tomorrow planned?
5 seconds.
Tomorrow probably grandkids again.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, grandkids again. All right, here we go. 5 seconds.
This is the Jackie Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Champ Racing Show with Charles Head on My Country 99.3 WCON.
And let's look at our upcoming events for the weekend. Sprint cars are coming to Livonia Speedway. It's going to be sprint cars tomorrow night, Saturday night. Those are always great when the Carolina Sprints come in, so that's going to be there on Saturday night. If you want to see some outstanding times and some great cars, love to see those sprint cars when they come to town. They'll be there on Saturday night as well as a full racing program. Winder Bear Speedway is also in action on Saturday night, so check them out if you will. Also, NASCAR is going to be coming to, they'll be going to Martinsville. They'll be back in Virginia again, so they'll be coming to Martinsville, and it's going to be a great race at Martinsville. You know, they've concreted that track now, so the asphalt was really a problem there, so we'll see some interesting things going on. Heard Larry McReynolds talking today about all the crew chiefs now are talking about aero. They've never talked about aero at a half-mile track before, and they're talking about aero and how it affects the cars. So that's coming up at Martinsville on Sunday, so we hope you'll check that out. We'll be talking with Mary and Joel on Monday morning about that race at Martinsville right here on My Country 99.3 WCON. For Tammi Holden, she has been our guest host tonight. You'll be at Anderson Motor Speedway tomorrow night.
Anderson Motor Speedway.
Yeah, always a great place to go to Anderson and see what's going on there. Might have to venture over there one Friday night and see everybody at Anderson Motor Speedway. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Let's see if we can top those 6,000 viewers tonight on Facebook. Tell all your friends and share it with everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a great time. It's been a wonderful night, and we will see you again next Thursday night right here on My Country 99.3 WCON and on Facebook. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay. Are we off Facebook? Are we still going with
that? I thought we weren't going to do the show.
Yeah, we're good.
So what are we doing?
The champ. Oh.
We're supposed to have the close.
Yeah, the close fired. It wasn't supposed to.
Oh, it did fire?
Yeah, it's fired.
Okay, well,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
We closed out, so I didn't know the close fired. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that was.
Okay. I heard music. I heard banjos.
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear banjos, you got to go running, right? Anyway, go Tigers. Good job, Tammy. Well, I'll go with the good job, Tammy. Anyway, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, everybody. Hey, it's been a great time. Thank you so much. Thanks to Tammy. She did such a good job. It's been fun to have her here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and Logan, as always, a great job of production. So thank you, sir. And we will see you again next Thursday.
That's right.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Yeah, don't cut me off so quick. Bye, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.